Welcome back to the show. Joining us now is Luc Ouellette, who is a 3-time Dover Downs driving champ, but he's just in town for a couple big races because, well, he went back to Canada on me, and I miss you so much. Do you miss being on the show?
Of course I do.
Whoa, stop the tape. Did Luc Ouellette sound sincere? Like he really missed being on the show? Because, yeah, I don't think he sounded all that sincere. But you know what? He said it, and we're going with it. All right, that's what we like to hear. All right, now he is a driver of Chris Dream. She was last year's 2-year-old trotting champ, and I'm a huge fan of her. So you've driven a lot of really great horses. He's been Harness Tracks of America Driver of the Year 2 times, okay? So where does she rate for you?
Actually, she's the best one I've driven, and that's not putting down Fern, Fern was a great horse, but this filly's a great filly. She was just plagued with a bad post, and we were locked up from the beginning, or I could have come first up with her like way before the quarter pole, and I don't think I would be doing her any justice. I think that Ronnie was getting his way up front, and with starting with a trailer, some bad horses fell in between us. The trip was just not working out.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because, I think she's a leading contender for divisional honors again, but you kind of have to take it like race by race. And one thing I noticed after the race is you stayed on the track with her. What's the deal with that? Like you actually just kind of took her around. Why?
Oh, just help her recuperate, just spending a few more minutes out there, just instead of getting cooled out in here, she's practically cooled out now, when she comes back in.
Okay. Really taking care of the horse. That's awesome. All right. I just want to go back in time a little bit. All right. We want to mention, first of all, Luc is the nephew of Mike LaChance. Now, when you first came to America from Canada, I don't know if it's you that told me the story or your uncle, but is it like your mom said something to Mike about work him really hard so he'll come back home or something like that? Is that right?
Yeah, and Mike didn't work me hard, so I stayed in the horse business.
That's hard for me to believe. While we're on the subject of Mike, you have like really great genes because Luc never ages. I always say he's got the best skin in the business, and Mike doesn't either. I said to him the other day, I was like, you look exactly like you did when you drove Western Dreamer, which was like in the mid-90s. So he pulls his wallet out, and he's like, how much money and what charity? I'm like, no. I'm just saying it because you look fabulous. So what's the secret, Luc? Because I want to know, like, the fountain of youth. What's the secret?
It's the water.
Do I have Canadian water?
I'll bring you some.
All
but
right.
Your water must not be so bad either.
Aww. On that note, thank you so much. We're going to let him catch his flight now. All right. Thanks, Luc. Bye.
Bye.
And there he goes off down through the paddock with his bag with Sylvain Filion. There you go. Bye-bye. We just talked to Luc about Chris Dream, so come out and see this champ in action tonight. She will be competing in the Matron Final for 3-year-old filly trotters against the tough mare Jezzy, who has had 20 wins and 3 seconds out of 27 lifetime starts, and against the elimination winner, Cedar Dove, who crossed the wire first in 155-2. But tonight, Sunday, November 13th, there's also a matron final for 3-year-old filly pacers, featuring fancy fillies like Foxy Lady. She'll be in the final too, and she's starting for North America's leading conditioner, Ron Burke. And drop the ball. She's very temperamental, but she's on fire right now. And she just won the elimination in a blazing 151-4. And tonight, let's not forget those 3-year-old colt trotters in their matron final. This amazing field includes hometown high-stepping favorite Magnum Kosmos, who has a habit of surprising, and the Hambletonian winner and winner of $1.5 million, Broadbond. Also, there's the Breeders' Crown champion, Chapter 7, who's really stepping up late in the year and just won the Matron Elim in 153-4. So if you haven't gotten my point yet, let me repeat myself. 3 Big Rich Matron Finals take place at Dover Downs tonight, Sunday, November 13th. These are historic events, and you don't want to miss them. But you may be wondering, what about the 3-year-old pacing colts? Very nice observation. Also tonight, Sunday, November 13th, the over 300,000 Progress Pace Final, Dover Downs Signature Race, will go behind the gate, and that's the event that will feature the best 3-year-old pacing colts in the sport. Don't forget to celebrate the Progress Pace. There will be a hat giveaway. Get here early, get your hat, and wager on great live racing action that showcases superstars of the sport. So we've covered some stakes action happening tonight, but there's live racing 6 nights a week at Dover Downs. Here's the schedule for the 2011-2012 meet. Monday through Thursday, the post time's at 4:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, the post time's at 5:30 p.m. And let's talk about the simulcasting action. The Dover Downs Race and Sports Book features simulcasting of major harness and thoroughbred racing 7 days a week from 12 noon to 12 midnight. It's also the place to take in all professional sporting events from around the country. Don't forget there's always free parking and free admission at Dover Downs. Just call 302-674-4600 for more information, or visit them on the web at doverdowns.com.